Non-duality is who and what you always are. It's this moment. It's what's happening. Your suffering comes from this identification with a person that's moving in time. So the idea and the energetic feeling that somebody's sitting, listening to Lisa speak, and sitting in front of a computer and sitting in a room on a planet in the universe, whereas that's actually not the truth. That's all imagination. That's all something that humans have made up. Who you truly are is this moment experiencing itself. And with that, it's never born or never dies. It's not something that is born with this body and then dies after this body diminishes. And who you are is what's always here. And that's so hard for the mind to imagine or to believe or to understand, because the person and the mind is fixated on your life that is 80 years old, 80 years, and that when you die, there is no more of you, and that you've got these 80 years where you've got to be happy, successful, you have to be something. Whereas there's nothing that you have to be. You are this. In non-duality, it can be talked about in a really complex way, like through consciousness and I amness, and use all these different words. But it comes down to the simplicity of this, is what you're looking for, what the person is seeking is this. So when you are identified with the body, mind, and with thoughts and with feelings and emotions, then what happens is there's always a sense of discomfort, because you're imagining something that's not true. So you're telling yourself continuously a lie. So there's always discomfort, whether it be emotionally or in the chakras or physically. There's always something that doesn't quite feel right, like you've got a stone in your shoe. And so then what you do to resolve that is you imagine ways in which that can be solved, whether that be being really rich, being successful, having lovers, having lots of sex, not having sex, kids, travel the world. What else is there? Be an Instagram star. Whatever it is that you believe will make you happy. And then what happens is, from about the age of maybe, like, you identify it maybe like 3, 4, and then maybe from the age of from that age you begin to seek more and more in time, and there's this investment in always thinking about you and how you can be happy and what you need to do. And it builds in all types of formation. It builds in stress, it builds in worry, it builds in anxiety. And the reason all these things build up is because you've always got an object or objective in which you need to achieve. And if you don't achieve it, then you're essentially having your home, your essence, taken away from you. But that's not conscious. That's what's happening in the background. What's consciously happening in the foreground is you're fixating on something and then worrying about it, or trying to get to it, or imagining it, or telling yourself you're a failure because you don't have it, or criticizing others that do have it, or jealousy, whatever it is, manifests on the surface. But in the background, what's happening is this person that is seeking to find home, to find yourself in future, whereas yourself is this moment. Who you are is right here. It's not about past and future. And the mind is like, how can it not be about me? Everything's about me. But the mind imagines, so the mind always thinks in dualistic terms, so subject, object, so me, you. So the mind can only think about this must be something about me. It must be me getting to enlightenment. And it's got nothing to do with you or anything you imagine yourself to be. All of that is appearing and disappearing in what you are. It isn't who you are. So this thought that's saying, tomorrow I must do this or I must do that, or you fucked up this, you made a mess about that. That is appearing in who you are. It's not the experiencer, it is an experience. So how do you get to it? That's the really frustrating part for most people, is who is this I that wants to get to it? Who is this person that you believe can get to it? It's a construct that you're imagining now. There is no you. There is only what's happening. There's only ever what's happening. You could try running to anywhere on this planet, going to the moon, going to Timbuktu, and you'll always realise the only thing there is what is. There's never not this. Everything else comes and goes. Everything else is here and appears and disappears. It's deeply relaxing that this is all you're looking for.